But we know vaccines work. Vaccinated Californians have greater protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. We can help stop the spread and end this pandemic. Get vaccinated and wear a mask when it can protect you and others. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow. That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
We survived winter in Siberia, my mother told me, by literally eating dirt. Hello, I'm John Akoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that, but dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to help, so we're bringing back our Hero Help program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay. But our most popular program was handing out canned goods. Rooter Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to rooterhero.com/HeroHelp for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-DREAM77 for a Rooter Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
CL 102-8886.
Critical thinkers want it. KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. Happy Friday. You made it through the week. It's time for your morning wake-up call. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Happy Friday, November 5th. Really like 19 shopping days away from Thanksgiving. Ever since we did that story yesterday about shopping early for Thanksgiving to make sure that we didn't get hit with supply chain issues, I feel like a clock or a calendar has popped up in my mind when I'm like, okay, what's the next holiday that I need to pre-plan and pre-buy for? Easter of next year, should we start now? Welcome to the weekend. Here's what's just ahead on your wake-up call. Pfizer says its experimental pill for COVID-19 cut rates of hospitalization and death by nearly 90% among patients with mild to moderate infections. Actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says he is not going to use real guns on production sets anymore in response to the shooting of the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. And the FAA says it's referred more than 30 unruly passengers to the Justice Department for criminal charges this year. 5:05, we're going to talk with ABC News political director Rick Klein. I'm telling you, this was a week in politics. The Democrats suffered a big defeat in the race for governor in Virginia and barely won it. They just barely won that one in New Jersey. So all this happened as the president's agenda is still in limbo. So do you look at these elections as a referendum on the president's agenda? What do you think this week's result mean for a midterm election? We'll find out when we talk with Rick in just a few minutes. But let's start with some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. So drug maker Pfizer just this morning announced it's been testing an experimental pill for COVID-19, and it's found it cuts the rates of people going to the hospital or dying by nearly 90% if they have mild to moderate symptoms. The company says it will soon ask the FDA to authorize the pill, which is taken twice a week for 5 days. I guess it would have to be twice a day for 5 days. A similar pill developed by Merck is reviewing the FDA, is getting the approval from the FDA and was authorized yesterday. This is the one we told you about in the UK. A health order requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination for some indoor spaces in LA County is paving the way for a more expansive order that's coming. The Safe Pass LA order goes into effect Monday, and LA County Health Director Barbara Ferrer says it covers more than just bars and nightclubs.
Restaurants, coffee shops, breweries, wineries, bars, gyms, spas, nail salons, barbershops, movie theaters, shopping malls, and entertainment and recreation venues.
The order also includes indoor areas at city-run facilities. The initial proof of vaccine requirement went into effect yesterday. The union representing firefighters in LA says it's worried the city's COVID-19 vaccine mandate could lead to staffing issues.
The union's president, Freddie Escobar, says he's worried the city's mandate could result in up to around a quarter of the city's firefighters losing their jobs.
If we lose a quarter of our fire department, we have a significant impact in staffing.
The union is calling on the city to allow firefighters and certain other city employees to get vaccinated or get tested weekly. City employees currently have until December 18th to be fully vaccinated or risk getting fired. LAFD says the fire department is no exception to the city's vaccine rules. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Well, the lawyer for the armorer in the Rush movie shooting investigation says his client tried to get actor Alec Baldwin more training on gun safety. Jason Bowles says Hannah Gutierrez Reed repeatedly asked for more days to train the actors, including Baldwin, but was denied.
She had one training day with 8 or 9 people at once, and that's not ideal to train 8 or 9 people at the same time.
Bowles says his client is very experienced and knew exactly what she was doing. Actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says he's not going to use real guns on production sets anymore in response to the shooting death of Helena Hutchins. Johnson says he will also ensure real guns aren't used in any projects for his company, which is 7 Bucks Productions. 2 elected officials in LA say they are against rolling back an ordinance that regulates how high shipping containers can be stacked.
5 recommendations from a freight logistics CEO on how to fix the log jam of containers at the port went viral on Twitter. One recommendation was to relax stacking limits on empty containers in neighborhoods so trucks could quickly reload. Long Beach agreed, and now containers can temporarily be stacked higher, but both LA County Supervisor Dennis Hahn and LA Councilman Joe Buscaino say cities like Wilmington already have to deal with too many containers. Hahn says rolling back the ordinance would only relocate the container traffic jam into low-income neighborhoods. In LA, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
When we come back, we'll talk This Week in Politics with ABC News political director Rick Klein because, woo-wee, was it a week in politics. Nick Taliocchini, happy Friday to you.
TGIF Jen problems first thing this morning, unfortunately, on the eastbound side of the 60, again through the South El Monte area. Looks like eastbound 60 just before the 605 is directed as the 2 right lanes shut down. Updating the map, looks like that's going to be a rough ride for you from well before Rosemead Boulevard heading eastbound on the 60. The alternate of the 10 east, no problems for you from Rosemead and El Monte as you make your way from Rosemead Boulevard, there we go, toward the 605. And the 210 eastbound also looks pretty good for your drive from Pasadena as you head toward Irwindale. Got an update of something slowing down the drive, pound 250 on the cell phone. Keyword is a KFI traffic. A light and patchy free drive already this morning. Westbound side out the 91. Riverside Beach Corona seeing some delays here and there from before Magnolia as you make your way past Green River. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Taliocchini.
5:06 on your wake-up call. Rick Klein, ABC News political director, joins us to talk about This Week in Politics. And man, oh man, was it a week, Rick.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we have the ups and downs of elections. Tuesday night was bitter disappointing for Democrats, and a lot of elections getting going out of it. A big, big week all around.
Okay, so let's start with that. In the Virginia race, you had Youngkin over McAuliffe, and that one turned out to be a bigger margin than we expected, but it was the race in New Jersey, which I think a lot of people thought would not be a race in New Jersey, and the Democrats barely won that one. What is this, as you read the tea leaves on the outcomes of those 2 elections, what's that show?
Yeah, it tells you that voters are angry, they're frustrated, they're taking out on the incumbents. And I think you're right, New Jersey in some ways is a bigger surprise than Virginia, which we knew would be close. But the fact that the Democratic governor is a 15-point Biden state was just squeaking by in this environment is pretty shocking. And it tells you that there's a lot of unrest out there. I think it also tells you that Democrats are having a messaging problem. They're not getting their voters that had come out in 2018 and 2020 show up again. That's a big problem for this party.
I know that what all of this was leading up to the president going overseas. He was trying to get his infrastructure bill done. We've been going through a number of different things where it looks like the infighting in the Democratic Party seems to be the hurdle for the party itself. It's like they can't get out of their own way.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. And one of the problems they're having is that the takeaways from Tuesday night are almost diametrically opposed. you've got some of the party who say the problem is we haven't been doing too much, or haven't been doing enough, or fast enough. We haven't delivered to voters. Others who say we have to slow down and take stock of what works and what doesn't, and we have to be careful before we go and spend a couple $1 trillion. And it's all barreling toward possible votes in the House today, but it faces uncertain prospects, and the politics of it are equally uncertain. No one really knows at this stage whether this is a good move or a bad move.
I had a question about this yesterday, and does this give, say, the progressives, so let's go with the Bernie Sanders and the AOC and the squad, do they, or the cinemas and the mansions, find this as a, hey, look, this gives us more leverage, I guess, within the party. Look what we can do. This just shows that people aren't happy with things. They're not happy with the status quo. They want the change. And will they use that to their advantage to try and continue to push whatever their particular agendas are?
I think you can almost guarantee that people are going to interpret election results like this to whatever they think is going to benefit them. And yeah, it's uncertain, it's unclear. Look, Democrats, they've won the last couple of elections, but how much of that has to do with Trump versus their own messaging? I think that's starting to come into focus. And how you pick up the pieces from an election that was this much of a debacle for Democrats. They miscalculated, they misjudged, and now they're going to have to recast a lot of their aspirations in the year ahead.
All right. Rick, what's coming up on this week?
Me, along with Donna Brazil and Sarah Isger and Bob Costa of the Washington Post. And Martha Raddatz had a really interesting road trip that she did this week, going down into some of the battleground states in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, getting a read of the lay of the land a year out before the midterm. So it should be a good show.
Ooh, I would be interested in that. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Rick.
You bet. Thanks.
See ya. Talk to you soon. That is ABC News political director Rick Klein. The reason I would be interested in seeing what Georgia looks like now is if you think about the outcome of the election, the presidential election there, and how tight it was down to, the end. I'd be fascinated to see if you've seen these changes in Virginia and New Jersey, seeing things tighten up. Is it worse? Have we flipped back in Georgia? What's going on there? Anyway, we'll see. That's why we watch this week. All right, let's get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Justice Department is suing Texas over the state's restrictive voter law.
The lawsuit claims that Texas law violates the U.S. Voting Rights Act by restricting voting booth help for people with a disability or who have trouble reading or writing.
ABC's Andy Field says the voting law also allows mail-in ballots to be thrown out over minor paperwork errors. The law went into effect in September following weeks of pushback by Senate Democrats who say the law targets minority voters. The State Department says it's following the fatal shooting at a resort in Cancun to figure out if any Americans were affected. Tourists in Mexico at the Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun resort were told to shelter in place during yesterday's shooting. This American tourist says it was a chaotic scene.
They just directed all of us to go to our rooms, and they would help us get into our rooms because so many people had left keys and so forth on the beach or in the pool.
Officials say 2 alleged drug gang members were killed. Well, prison guards in California are appealing a COVID-19 vaccination mandate for all prison employees. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says many correctional officers would rather quit than get the shot. It says if that happens, the state's 34 prisons would be in crisis. About 51% of prison guards are fully vaccinated. That surprised me. 51%. That's it. So we'd be at a 50-50, which is surprising to me. Witnesses say at the murder trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, the first man who was shot in Kenosha, Wisconsin, was hyper-aggressive and had threatened to kill Rittenhouse and another person who were patrolling with guns. One witness, a former Army infantryman, testified that the man had threatened to kill him or Rittenhouse if he caught them alone. Another witness testified that the man had lunged for Rittenhouse's gun just before he was shot. Now, a juror in Rittenhouse's trial has been dismissed. Judge Bruce Schroeder says the juror made a joke to a deputy about the police shooting of Jacob Blake, the issue at the center of the protest where Rittenhouse showed up.
It is clear that the appearance of bias is present, and it would seriously undermine the outcome of the case.
Who thinks the shooting of anybody on any case is appropriate? Much less you're dingbat enough to tell one of the deputies in the... Oh my God. Let's get that person off. The prosecutor and Rittenhouse's legal team agreed it was best to dismiss the juror. There are now 19 jurors. The number will be narrowed down to 12 when deliberations start. The FAA says it's referred more than 30 unruly airline passengers to the Justice Department for possible criminal charges this year. The FAA has received more than 5,000 complaints about disruptive and violent travelers on planes since January. Now, the FAA has the power to issue civil fines up to $37,000, but it can't prosecute criminal cases. Well, a ban on burning wood both indoors and outdoors I was telling you about yesterday, it's been extended now in much of SoCal. The South Coast Air Quality Management District says the ban will go through midnight tonight because of a forecast of high air pollution. The residential wood burning ban applies to Orange County and non-desert parts of LA, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. It does not apply to the mountain areas above 3,000 feet, the Coachella Valley, or the high desert. Orange County is moving sand from the Santa Ana River to help replenish flood-prone beach areas in Newport. OC Public Works spokesman Shannon Weedor says the primary benefit is to restore the capacity in the channel.
We maintain about 380 miles of flood control channels throughout Orange County, and one of those is the Santa Ana River, where it meets the ocean in Newport Beach.
Weedor says heavy equipment will dredge up about 30 Olympic-sized swimming pools of sand. He says that sand will then be dumped in eroded beach areas in Newport to prevent flooding during high tides. Well, a decision made by the State Public Utilities Commission to increase natural gas storage at the Aliso Canyon storage facility has a lot of people angry. Food and Water Watch spokeswoman Jessica Gable says she's disappointed by the vote.
As the state moves in a direction of electrification and moves away from fossil fuels, it seems that the California Public Utilities Commission did not get the memo.
The commission voted yesterday to raise storage at the facility to 60% capacity. Officials say the increase was recommended to make sure there's enough natural gas for winter. In 2015, the site was home to the largest natural gas blowout in American history. All right, when we come back, we will talk a little entertainment news. We'll lighten it up a little bit on a Friday with ABC's Jason Nathanson. Oh my gosh, there's so much buzz over Eternals. It is finally here. Could this kind of be the next chapter, I guess, maybe of the of Avengers for Marvel? And we'll find out exactly what are the Eternals. Also, Tom Hanks, poor guy, he's alone again. Can he not get cast in a movie with a person? This time, it's not a volleyball. It's a dog and a robot. I mean, he's not a dog, so there. And Kristen Stewart, man, she's getting rave reviews for her portrayal of Princess Diana in the new movie Spencer. So lots to squeeze in with Jason in a second. Also straight ahead, it is your chance to win some money. Might have $1,000 for you coming up. But right now, Nick's got your drive on the 91.
As you make way through the Riverside and Corona area, light and patchy for your Friday morning drive to start things out. As you come away from La Sierra, going to be patchy for the drive all the way toward the 241 toll road, and then further westbound along the 91. Continuing through Yorba Linda, Anaheim Hills, and pretty much toward the 55. That all looks like a pretty decent drive. If you're encountering otherwise here or elsewhere in the Southland, pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. Still seeing a slow-going drive for you in the SGV, San Gabriel Valley, eastbound side of the 60 at Peck. It is a crash. Looks like the two right lanes still taken away, and that's going to be a rough ride for you from as far back as Rosemead Boulevard. The eastbound side of the 10 as an alternate to the 60 eastbound looks good from Rosemead Boulevard as you head towards the 605. KFI in the sky helps you KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger has more bacon and more cheese on a cheddar bun. What do other places have? Let me see. Get more bacon cheeseburger now. Order the Big Bacon Cheddar through the Wendy's app. And participating Wendy's when you downloading registration required.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
The Dodgers face Buster Posey for the last time. The Giants' 7-time All-Star catcher retired to spend more time with family. For the second time this season, the Lakers fell to the Thunder. LA gave up another massive lead in their loss to a young Oklahoma City team. And the Colts dominated the Jets on Thursday Night Football. New York turned to a third-string quarterback after Mike White suffered a first-quarter injury. I'm Steve Jordan.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Rates subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirements apply. 60% loan to value and 620 FICO credit score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law license number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
Wake up! Have you seen these great home loan rates being advertised, but you've thought to yourself, I'll never qualify? Well, you clearly haven't called IntelliLoan. Right now, IntelliLoan is offering a 1.99% APR with no points or lender fees. This is even if your credit score is 620. So no more excuses. Even if you've got okay credit, you're self-employed, whatever it is, IntelliLoan can help you get that great home loan. So call IntelliLoan today and ask about a 1.99% APR with no points or lender fees, even if your credit score is 620. Call them at 1-800-918-6200. That's 1-800-918-6200, or just go to IntelliLoan.com.
IntelliLoan. Borrow smart.
At Ralph's, we know the holiday season is going to be special for everyone. So use the Ralph's app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. That way you'll get all the fresh holiday specialties you love at prices that are lower than low. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
And now, save on the food you love. Shop today and save 50 cents on each participating item when you buy 10 or more with your card. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
When Bill and I needed new windows over 20 years ago, we picked a company we thought would do a good job. We were so disappointed.
So we saw a genuine need for a company with strong character, one that people could have faith in.
American Vision Windows was born right then and there.
The best thing about working for American Vision Windows, and with customers specifically, is having their dreams come true. And we try to accomplish the best job we can to make them happy.
It was a great experience. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I've been in the construction trade for 35 years. The level of quality of products that they use for their prep work was top-notch.
American Vision Windows continues to revolutionize the home improvement industry, one customer at a time, while changing the lives of our employees for the better. It's so simple.
Happy employees, happy customers.
For a limited time, we pay the tax, plus 0 payments, 0 interest until 2023. Call 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com. Tax based on materials only. On purchase of 8 or more windows. Cannot be combined with any other offers. On approved credit. Some restrictions apply. See website for details. Offer expires 12/31/2021. CSLB number 778326.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
John, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to know is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I was thinking about you and sports betting, of what you go through. You sit down, like you do your homework, you look at where the teams are at. Everyone feels like they can do this. It's really hard to do it.
That's why when you sit in a sports book, they'll bring you free alcohol.
Gary and Shannon, weekdays at 10 a.m.
There's free alcohol. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
That goes for everything.
On KFI.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Thanks for joining me. We're starting the weekend right. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The big story that developed overnight, Pfizer says its experimental pill for COVID-19 cut rates of hospitalization and death by nearly 90% in patients with mild to moderate infections. The company announced today it will soon ask the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and, I guess, international regulators as well, to authorize its pill, which is taken twice a day for 5 days. And LA Pride is set to return next year for its first parade since the start of the pandemic. Organizers say they are planning the in-person celebration for June 10th through 12th. The annual parade has been canceled for the past couple of years. 5:35, it's our Friday chat with KFI's House Whisperer, Gene Sharp. Have you done your holiday paint checkup yet? I know, don't worry. I haven't done mine yet because I really didn't know until I read some of Gene's notes last night what that even was. But Gene will tell everybody what it is in just a few minutes. Right now, though, it's your chance to win some money.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GREEN, GREEN, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GREEN to 200-200.
And if you win that green, you're going to get a call from a number you won't recognize. You'll probably look at it and go, oh, that's spam. Remember, it could be KFI, so please pick up the phone, because if you don't answer the phone, they move on to somebody who will. And your next chance to win comes at 6:20 with Handle and happens 14 times a day, starting with me, ending with Conway. Right now, let's say good morning to ABC's Jason Nathanson. Oh, Jason, I am so glad Eternals is finally here, because I've actually had friends say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Eternals. Is it coming out yet? And I'm like, wow. I'm not in the superhero universe, but I did see the trailer for this one, and I thought, okay, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think most people don't know what Eternals is or who the Eternals are or how they fit into the whole Marvel universe, and that's okay. I think, you're not alone unless you are super into these comic books, which some people are, but these are not the Avengers, these are not the Hulk, the Iron Man, the people that we know. So the Eternals are a race of immortal beings. They have superhero powers, or superhuman powers, and they've secretly lived on Earth for thousands of years. And they keep the Earth safe from these creatures called deviants, and that's why they're here. The only reason they're here is to keep the humans safe from deviants. And the cast itself is as star-studded as the Eternals are powerful. You have Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, Richard Madden and Kit Harington from Game of Thrones, Gemma Chan, Brian Tyree Henry, Kumail Nanjiani. It goes on and on. And this movie is introducing you to, I think it's something like basically 10 new superheroes. Each of them have their own story. They have their own powers. They have their own special powers. So there's a lot going on here. And it's long. It's almost 3 hours long because of that. So if you are a Marvel fan, I think there is a lot to like here. If you are a movie fan, there's a lot to like because it's directed by Chloe Zhao, who just happened to have won the Oscar this year for directing Nomadland. So there's a lot of good stuff in this a lot of good ingredients, let's say, in this Marvel soup.
And there's sex.
There is, yes. I mean, spoiler alert, because, and I know it's been talked about, but this is the first Marvel movie with an actual sex scene, yes.
Okay, and I was reading this article I saw on Variety last night, and Chloe Zhao was saying that you can't tell a mature love story if you're not going to do some kind of, and then she sort of trails off, and she says it's lovely to see two people show physical affection for each other, a kiss, make love, whatever it is. And I thought Variety said that this was done in a very tasteful way, and I thought, well, I guess they never really thought about how superheroes did their thing.
It's a spoiler alert again. It's very similar to humans.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I needed something more. I needed superhero something in there.
There's no special superhero sex positions or different ways. It's the same kind of things. And I'm trying to. First of all, I'm blushing here. Second of all, I'm trying not to say something that'll get me in trouble.
Is Murrow the dog got his little paws over his eyes right now? Is he like, God, oh my God?
He doesn't care.
All right, speaking of dogs, poor Tom Hanks, I feel like he can't get cast in a movie where he's with other people. He gets cast with a volleyball. This time around, it's a robot and a dog. I mean, what's going on with him?
Yeah, it's funny. Finch is the new movie that's out, and he plays a guy in a post-apocalyptic world who really only has a dog and a robot as friends and people to speak to and kind of take care of and interact with. And it does really feel like the volleyball Wilson in Castaway, because they're not inanimate objects, but I mean they're not human. And he's trying to save the dog, teach this robot how to take care of the dog should anything happen to him. It's a sweet movie. It's a nice movie. It ended up on Apple TV Plus. It was supposed to be in theaters. I think it's probably better suited for something like Apple TV Plus. Although it is kind of grand in scope. It's a kind of a little bit of a sci-fi epic. But Tom Hanks has proven before that he can carry a whole movie just talking to a volleyball, basically. And here he does it. But, as is true in most movies that include a dog as the main character, the dog is great. The interactions between the two of them are great. And the robot is great as well. And it's played by Caleb Landry Jones, who does motion capture, and he brings this great physicality and voice, and there's just a lot to like about Finch.
Okay, I was going to say, it does sound very sweet. I agree. All right, let's talk about Spencer now. Kristen Stewart, I'm reading, has some pretty rave reviews about her performance as Princess Diana in this.
Yes, and I didn't get a chance to see Spencer yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but this is the story of Princess Diana and Prince Charles and their marriage, and it takes place over a couple days in 1991 over a Christmas holiday. And you're right, she is getting all the buzz for this, and possibly Oscar nomination talk for this role. We've seen a lot of Princess Diana and Prince Charles stories from The Crown. There's this another thing on Netflix, which is the Broadway play of Diana, which is going to open on Broadway. It's not open on Broadway yet, but it's on Netflix. This story, there's something on CNN also. So we've seen a lot of this story. So if you have more appetite for it, and this is really all about the performance of Kristen Stewart.
All right, awesome. And then finally, before I let you go, tell me about The Harder They Fall.
This is a new, it's kind of a new school Western, which debuted on Netflix this week. It has a great cast, starring Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz, Lakeith Stanfield, Regina King. And this is kind of a reimagined Western. It's got a soundtrack from Jay-Z, who is also one of the producers of this. This is a stylish movie, and I really, really like it.
Okay, cool. All this week, everything that you talked about, I'm like, I'm in. Checked all the boxes for me, Jason. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, talk to you later, and, pet Murrow when he wakes up.
Will do.
All right, see you later. ABC's Jason Nathanson. All right, we come back. It is time to go through our holiday paint checklist, and there's a quiz. I love when Dean gives me quizzes because I suck at them so badly, I feel like that is my way of giving you information. Like, Dean can say, wow, Jen, you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Here's what you should be talking about. See, that's like my gift to you, Nick Paliocchini. I'm the what not to do in the world.
Oh my God, please. You're not the before. Come on. And Dean will be the after? No.
I am a 1970s house just waiting to be taken over.
Oh, no, I think you're great. Maybe the 1980s house, but still anyway.
Okay, well, thanks. What's up on the 60s?
It's a busy drive right now, Jen, on the eastbound side, coming away from, looks like Central, as folks make their way toward Euclid. That's due to overnight Caltrans crews wrapping up shop in the area. Westbound side out of the 60, unrelated but kind of light and patchy for you here and there. As you come away from Haven out of the Ontario area to make your way back towards Central, and then further westbound on the 60, you will see a light slowdown right around Cheetah Hills Parkway or Phillips Ranch Road. Further westbound on the 60, continuing ahead into Diamond Bar to the 57, not looking too bad for your drive. Heavier for you, definitely, this go round on the Riverside to Corona stretch of the 91. From before La Sierra, it looks like a Monday morning drive right now as you continue all the way toward the 241 Toll Road. Definitely not Friday morning light for you there. And an earlier problem wrapped up for you driving the South Elmont area. Eastbound side of the 60 at Peck Road, it was the 2 right lanes taken away by a wreck. That has wrapped up, still a little bit of slow going for you. 60 eastbound from about Rosemead Boulevard for the 605. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Paliocchini. Some people hate daylight savings time. But for me, that just means more good times at Morongo. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Thanksgiving Essentials giveaway. Get a Mickey buffet server when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 8th and 9th.
Number 4.
Robin 6, live November 13th. Only a few seats left. Get yours now.
3.
Turkey Bowl giveaway. You can win up to $2,000 cash playing your favorite game. Friday, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
And the number 2.
Thanksgiving to go. Get a full feast with 8 sides for one low price. Call 866-234-7006 to order today.
And the number 1 reason.
Veterans Day freebie. Veterans get a free gift and enjoy 50% off dining with valid military ID on Veterans Day.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
SoCal weather from KFI, mostly sunny today. After we lose the gray again, highs will range from the mid-60s to low 70s at the beaches, low to mid-70s for Metro LA and OC, low 80s for the valleys and the IE, and we'll cool it down for tomorrow and Sunday. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
We survived winter in Siberia, my mother told me, by literally eating dirt. Hello, I'm John Klein, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that, but dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to help, so we're bringing back our Hero Help program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay, but our most popular program was handing out canned goods. Rooter Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to rooterhero.com/HeroHelp for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-DREAM77 for a Rooter Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
CL 102-8886.
Save on crowd-pleasing cheeses for your holiday spread at Whole Foods Market. Take 20% off select free cheeses through November 16th while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
The Delta variant is making COVID-19 spread faster and more easily. Variants can be more contagious, aggressive, and deadly. But we know vaccines work. Vaccinated Californians have greater protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. We can help stop the spread and end this pandemic. Get vaccinated and wear a mask when it can protect you and others. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KFI would like to thank the Radio and Television News Association for making KFI News the winningest news outlet in Southern California.
KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. Today's Wake Up Call House Whisperer segment brought to you by Duffy Power. Go to DuffyPower.com and never suffer through another